Hello, guys. My name is Omar, and I'm a spiritual fitness coach that helps everyday people go from the physical and step into the metaphysical. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. I had to really look at myself, look inside instead of what was going on outside of me, and I'm sorry. It's a little painful. This is specifically for those people that find themselves out there, lost in the world, not recognizing what is going on during those hardships, those tough times. I had a beautiful, great, wonderful life, what I thought at the time. I ended up in the streets, living in the streets of New York, eating out the garbage. And curiously enough, this drove me, like a lot of people know, they have shelters, they have places which you could go and get something to eat, churches and stuff like that. Now I look at it as sorry. I look at it as a real blessing. It really changed my perspective on life. I started going to the libraries. I got a library card and I started searching for information. And I found out that I was going through what they call the dark night of the soul. And after that one, there are many more, believe me. I started searching for God, the universe, or however you want to call it. I started looking into the spiritual world and learning about the scriptures. It showed me something very radical, that everything that is seen around us, all the physical matter which we are surrounded by, is made out of what we do not see, what we don't see. And that really poked my curiosity. So it poked my curiosity. It really opened up my desire to learn about the energy and the spirit world and ancient scriptures, occultism. I didn't make an exception of culture or tradition. I was just seeking, looking for answers. Read a lot of books, a lot of studies, and then in 2020 I made a long trip. Took a train from Grand Central went all the way to Boston, Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts, went to Chicago, and Chicago made a transfer over to another train that drove, and I rode all the way to Texas. And in Texas, I found a person with a vehicle that was traveling here to Mexico, and we drove together nonstop. Went and stayed in Mexico City for a little bit, and then I made another change in my life, even with more nature, more secluded. Once I arrived, I started putting to practice most of the stuff that I had learned. I didn't understand, so I still study till this day. Till this day, I study a lot of it, and there has been a great amount of change. I know I think this is probably gonna be something that I'm gonna stay practicing for the rest of my life. And I wanna be able to teach um, and guide. Um, I think more guidance than teaching, because I'm always gonna be a student of the arts, of the science of the spirit, spiritual science. It's a real science. It's a discipline, um, and that's a long story short. Just to make a quick introduction about myself. Um, Most of us, a lot of us, all of us carry baggage, and that baggage comes um, till about till about 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. That baggage is from our parents. Um, we um, carry abandonment. Um, we experience traumas that that we're trying to hide. Or our mind, when we go through a trauma at a young age, it splits in order for us to because we don't want to remember, we don't want to live that pain, so we start building up walls. Um, and that's a whole other rabbit hole in the psychological aspect of us as human beings. I dove into many different teachings, um, Hermetica, occultism, um, the history of the Hebrews, the nation, um, history in general, Egypt, all that, Sumeria, Iraq, the Middle East, the Babylonians, all that. It's the history in general. The practices came much after. I started reading the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, the compendium of scriptures, and I don't proclaim no religion. I don't make exception of nobody. I love everybody. We're all one in a sense. We're created by that one entity, and that's because he pleases it that way. We're here for a purpose, for a reason. It's what I believe. Um, so I don't, it's very interesting. Um, I don't I don't proclaim to know it all. In fact, the more I dive into it, I the more I realize that of what I do not know, and how much more I have to learn and put into practice. Um, Absolutely there, nothing good comes out of a library of books when you don't put nothing to the test and actually live, get to see that it is true, that it's a substance, uh, you know so that's what interests me very much. I practice. I'm a practitioner nowadays. um, I don't proclaim a religion. um, I'm a follower of Christ. He changed my life. He's my Lord and Savior. So I'm Christian. um, I practice Christian Science because it's an advanced science. It's a real discipline. Um, and a lot of people say, I want to get out of the matrix. I need to get out of the matrix. Um, let me give you a wake up call, buddy. You're not going anywhere. You're not gonna get out the matrix. There's only one way out. We all have that one day. Um, so, but there's something beyond that, and it's a fact. There is not one civilization around the world that that didn't that that didn't acknowledge the fact that it's something much 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 bigger than our insignificant lives here on earth. So we gotta live this little bit of time that we have to the most of our capabilities, and 51% or more has to be to the service of others. Um, be aware of your of being the present, and be aware of the desire behind the intention. Um, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do that? You know, how is it gonna benefit my brethren? Because most of our actions is in our own benefit, the benefit of what can I get out of it myself? What can I get out of this? And and it's gonna take some. If you live your life that way, it's gonna be some time. It's gonna take some time, um, but it's not gonna lead to nothing beneficial at the end. You know, um, you might come across, and you can, a lot of riches, a lot of material stuff, and all that. It's okay. That's fine. You know, I much rather live a life of abundance in every aspect, um, than only just material and riches, because there's a lot of emptiness in when you focus too much on the material. Um, Money gives you freedom, you know, but it gives you, what are you really seeking? There are people that save up all this money and they don't have that freedom, even though they have the money, but they don't have the freedom. So you need to liberate yourself from attachment. Um, that's where suffering comes from. Suffering comes from that. Um, the pain body is, you know, we are like, my spirit, my soul is trapped in this physical, biological um, body. You know, I'm not the body. I'm not this. I'm not this. This. I'm not even Omar. Those are just names my parents gave me. So all this is very, very true, interesting. It's good to live it, to stay learning, to keep growing, expanding. This expansion is gonna help you regain control of the material, of the physical world. You're gonna start being able to co-create with God the purpose that He has in your life. Um, so, no, you're not God's. No, you're not 100% creators. Yes, you can create a lot of things. And in fact, we're constantly creating the world around us, constantly creating the world around us. Now, which way do you want to do it? Do you want to do it consciously or unconsciously, right? Do you want to live in the side of the cause or the effect? Because I'll tell you one thing, for many years, for more than half of my life, I lived my life in the side of the effect and not the cause. You know, I had houses, cars, women, drugs, alcohol. I had all that, and I was not happy. That didn't bring anything good to me. I thought I was living in an illusion, and we're still living in an illusion. Um, this is all just for a short time, and it's much better to start co-creating with God by your side. Believe me, this is going to allow you to live a fulfilled life, um, to be able to help a lot of people, and that's exactly what I want to do. This is exactly what I want to do. I want to I want to be able to give a word of um, a good message, uplifting message to people that is living what I lived at one point, because I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to find yourself lost without anybody to extend a hand and trying to explain to you what is going on. I'm also against transgressing other people's will. That's not what we're here to do. That's why I don't follow no religion. That's why I don't proclaim no religion. There's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I'm absolutely 110% positive that this video is not gonna it's not gonna resonate with a lot of people, but I'm 110% absolutely sure that it is gonna resonate with somebody, and that's you. Reach out, subscribe, man, be a part of this. Um, I'm not a teacher. I'm just a guide. I'm here to tell you that everything's gonna be okay, that you're not alone. You have to start, you know, uh, simple practices like meditation. Meditation helps a great deal. It's a process to be patient with yourself. Um, Everything originates in the heart of man. Um, in the universe, God wants, He reads your mind, He knows your thoughts, He wants your heart. Um, and now in science, a part of it, your mind, your brain, and your heart are electromagnetic, and this is a way that you're creating your surroundings. You're bringing opportunities into your life. You know, so your brain and your heart are electromagnetic. Your heart is 5 times uh, more powerful than your brain, but your brain sends a signal too. Um, in 95% of our lives, we live unconsciously. It's only 5%. So it's going to be a process. Have here, be patient, follow me, follow other people better than me. There's many people out there that are much better than me. Um, um, but I'm very blessed because I know it works. I know this is true. I know once you start putting your effort into it and your practice, little by little, everything's gonna start making much more sense. So, so I took in my life in 2017 when I had it all, started declining, going down. I lost everything. I lost, you know, my family, my house, my vehicle, everything. I lost everything. I ended up in the streets, 3 years out of the system, the shelter system in New York City. Um, I was in the garbage. I ate out of the garbage. I lived in the streets. Sorry. Um, Natural law. You have to get to know. You have to learn about your laws. Um, so all this I'm gonna be sharing in upcoming videos, and it really changes. It changes. Everything starts making sense. The way the system has evolved to keep us under control, um, and a whole bunch of very interesting stuff. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for listening. For if it's in your heart and it does resonate with you, to keep uh, to follow me, to subscribe, and take this walk with me. Um, take this walk and start seeing those things. First, we have to bring awareness to it. Once we're aware of it, then we have to heal. Then after healing, once you take the old stuff out of the closet, then you can start putting new stuff. And it's a whole process, reaping and sowing. So to be able to reap, you gotta know what you're putting in the ground, the seeds that are going into your mind, your thoughts, your words, your actions. If those three are not in line, then you're gonna stay unconscious. Um, and another thing that really has changed my life is to be present in the moment, to be aware of the desire behind my intention on my actions, and like why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do that? Is it gonna benefit my brethren? You know what I mean? A lot of our actions are based on our benefit, on the ego, and that's not the way it goes. Believe me, that you're gonna hit a wall. So so that's one that is very important, that it has to be. You gotta meditation is absolutely of the utmost importance. You know, I don't proclaim no religion because I don't follow religions as as an entity. No. Um, I'm a follower of Christ, so I don't proclaim a religion, I proclaim a relationship, because He has opened up a whole new path for me. Um, so I just want to put that out there, if a lot of people might be turned off, but He's the ruler of the throne, my throne, my mind. And they say that your mind cannot harbor two thoughts at the same time. So every time you start finding yourself judging, you have to bless. You have to pray for them, and you gotta bless them. You know, your subconscious is very powerful. Our lives are lived with only maybe 5% of consciousness. The other 95 is underneath all the baggage that we carry. Um, so I'll carry Christ, on my sleeve. Um, so so this is just the beginning of a nice journey if you're willing to, if it's in your heart to follow it. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.